Game doesn't work. Like, oh fuck, she's on this map! What?
It's Halloween, it's Halloween, it's time for scares, it's time for squeeze.
Wow, I really missed the fucking mark on that one, huh?
He's like waving to you when he runs after you. He's like, hi, hi, hi.
Pillar Chase 2 is pretty good. Pillar Chase 1 is the first Pillar Chase game. So for any of you people out there who don't know, Pillar Chase is a series by the Blade Ninja on Roblox. It's an asymmetrical horror game which is not inspired by Dead by Daylight, where you run away from various niche horror game and creepypasta characters. In the second game, it's, you know, it's pretty fun. And it's also been picking up a lot of popularity lately. But you know, like, with how popular the second game's been getting, it made me wonder, what's the deal with the first one? Is it good? Is it shitty? I haven't seen a whole lot of videos talking about the first game, so you know what? That's what I'm here for today. I'm here to talk about it. So let's get right into the video! If you're able to complete the fucking Herculean feat of actually finding a server with more than 6 people, then there's some key differences you might notice from Pillar Chase 1 and 2. I'm gonna give you a second to try to catch it on your own. Yeah, this game's fucking dark. Half the time you're playing this game, it feels like you're just stumbling around in just complete pitch blackness. I think you do have a flashlight. That shit must be Tenmu brand because it only lights up 4 studs in front of you. Now, I mean, the darkness, it makes the game harder to play, sure, but it also gives this game a way different feel from Pillar Chase 2. You know, where Pillar Chase 2 kind of has like a party, you know, horror game feel, everyone running around playing like loud sound effects and shit when you die. Pillar Chase 1 leans way more into the horror direction. There's no chase music. There's really no music at all in this game. It's just dark as shit, a shit ton of ambience, lifted from FNAF 2, but you know, it's still ambience.
The next one!
I mean, it gives the game some decent horror atmosphere. I mean, it's not like Amnesia or anything, but it's, you know, it's there. And you know what? I kinda like it. Second thing you might notice is that your character must be a fucking Pittsburgh Steelers fan or some shit, because you can run for like 2 seconds before getting winded. And I don't even think the stamina drains consistently. It looks like it drains in chunks or something. I gotta be honest, I'm not a coder, but I feel like that's harder to code than making it drain normally. But you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. I should just explain what the gameplay's like. Pillar Chase 1, unsurprisingly, it's just a bare bones and simplified version of Pillar Chase 2. You run around and try not to get game ended by a monster. I mean, you know, this is fun on its own right, it's decent. I mean, Pillar Chase 2 does the same thing, and that game's doing pretty good for itself. There are a couple key differences that cause this game to be just way different, and some of the things are just fucking baffling, to be honest. First of all, we got some key features missing. Some of the notable things are objectives. There are none. This really messes up the game for exactly 3 reasons. 1, the objectives give you something to do. It gives an actual purpose to running around the map and looking at everything. Now, to be fair, people can just camp anyway, but the fact that there are objectives and they reward you, it influences you to walk around. Which is good, because half the time you're getting kills are when people are doing objectives. You need the objectives to get people to be vulnerable. Oh yeah, also sorry for having custom textures turned off in this clip. I completely forgot to turn it back on because I was using it for spectate. Second, since there's no set of objectives to do, you can't lower the clock. It's gonna go down at a normal rate all the time. And this also fucks shit up for a big reason, that since you have no objectives and you can't lower the timer, the winning strategy is just hide. This game has a ton of situations where I'm just hiding, doing nothing for the entire game, because I mean, that's all you can do. That's what the game kind of promotes doing. The timer can go on for a pretty long time if you get unlucky, so there's like a solid 2 or like 3 real life minutes where you might not see a single monster. And you know what? To show off how bad this is, I'm gonna put 2 minutes of real silence in my video. Alright, I'm just kidding, but you know, you get the point. And finally, 3. Some third thing. Also, you might have noticed from the gameplay in the background, you're really slow in this game. Kinda mentioned it earlier when I was talking about your stamina regen, but man, you are super slow. And I mean, you know, you walk pretty slowly in Pillar Chase 2, but at least you can sprint. In this game, this shit ain't even a sprint, that's a jog, bro. On top of that, because the stamina regens so slowly, you shouldn't be running anywhere, because if you get caught, you're pretty fucked. These 2 things combined, they just make the game feel super slow. I mean, I guess it's fine that it's slow. It's not like you need to be anywhere because there are no fucking objectives in this game. With all that out of the way, I can get to the next issue. Playing monsters sucks. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue if this game is monster-sided or survivor-sided. I know it's a pretty hot-button issue in Pillar Chase 2, but I don't think anyone gives a shit about this game, and I don't think anyone's gonna get mad at me for saying anything. But all I'm gonna say is, slow as shit as a survivor, but guess what? Monsters are slow too. And on top of that, it just feels fucking awful to play Monster. Now, on paper, that sounds weird. You know, most of the monsters can kill you in just 2 hits, but those are gonna be the 2 most excruciating and painful hits that you're ever gonna land in your life. Feedback for hits in this game is some hot garbage. Sometimes you miss when you feel like you should have hit, and vice versa. But honestly, you know, that's a Pillar Chase 2 issue too. That might just be a Roblox thing or a skill issue. But that doesn't even help because the feedback when you do hit someone is terrible. I can't even really tell if I'm hitting someone. There's no health bars, there's no real hit sounds, there's no pain noises from survivors as far as I know. I mean, you know, it doesn't help that actually finding a survivor is a huge pain in the ass. Oh yeah, you know, you might have noticed, there are no abilities in this game. So tracking powers? No. Chasing powers? No. Anything else that's cool? Yeah. You know, you could just go fuck yourself, I guess. I'm pretty sure the only thing that make the monsters different are their stamina drain and whether they can 1 or 2 shot you. And you know, here are the monsters and what I could collect from playing them. Vapor. Vapor sucks. Unsurprisingly, he can barely catch up to survivors, and you're probably never gonna kill someone with this dude. Rosemary, I think Rosemary's actually pretty good. She kills you in 2 hits and can stick to survivors decently. Next up you have her. She has really fast stamina drain but can 1-shot survivors. I have no clue if she's good or not because I've only ever seen her played in games where like half the players just weren't even real people. Next up is the Wendigo.
What the fuck?
Hey, so you played the Wendigo. How was that? What would you say about him?
I think he kind of sucks.
And lastly, holy shit, is that fucking Springtrap from FNAF? He can 2-tap survivors and he's really slow and his stamina drain's pretty slow too, so he's kind of just like how he is in Pillar Chase 2 minus his abilities, I guess. So these killers, they range from being like alright to play to kinda shitty, which honestly that's pretty bad when you think about because most people consider the fun part of Pillar Chase is playing the monster, being the pillar chaser. Well, you know, I mean, that might suck. We're looking pretty bad now, but what about the maps? Are the maps good? No! Okay, I don't even need to, you fucking know they're gonna be rough. From all my time playing, this game has 3 categories of maps. 1, too small. 2, too big. 3, some third thing. Okay, I'm joking. The third thing is like decent maps. Now, I'll admit right off the bat, I haven't even played every single map in this game, but fuck dude, I tried. I played this game for 2 days straight, and everyone just kept picking Fazbear's Frights, and there's nothing I can do about it. Speaking of which, Fazbear Frights, it sucks. It's too small. I have no idea what you're supposed to do on this map because this is one of the only good killer maps in the game. And then you have maps like Haunted House or Forest, but just feel way too big for any killer to do anything on, especially if you're not playing Rosemary. And then somewhere in the middle, you know, you got pillars, I guess. Hey, this map's pretty good. You should put it in Pillar Chase 2. I mean, you know, this shouldn't be too surprising. The maps in Pillar Chase 2 can kind of suck ass, so, you know, whatever, I guess some things never change. This map sucks ass! But at least in Pillar Chase 2, it feels like someone playtested these maps, because in this game, it feels like they just fucking designed them and threw them in, and it was like, yep, calling it a day. Also, this is the last and probably the most important point, but this game is so buggy, dude. Sometimes you'll get dropped into games that just won't start. Sometimes games will start without you. And I had this absolutely insane, just fucking mind-boggling scenario where I got dropped in a different map, half the server got put in another map, and then the monster got put in a different map. I can't even imagine what happened there. I don't know if it's a coding issue or if it's fucking Roblox doing its shit. And I bet you were confused about what was going on in that first clip of this video. Honestly, moral of the story, if you want to play this game, play it, because this game's probably 5 major updates away from just being absolutely unplayable. I mean, I've been going pretty angry gamer on this for a while now, so you might think I hate this game. Honestly, nah, I kinda like it. It's pretty bad, but when you can get a decent sized server, it's kinda fun. Yeah, the gameplay's gonna be rough, and there's not a whole lot to do, and playing monsters is sort of a crapshoot, but when you're in a big server, you can actually have some pretty fun times. The fact that this game is so slow and that there are no objectives, it means that most of the time you're going to be running around in a big pack, which, I don't know, I kind of think that's fun. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we need to fucking change all the game modes in Pillar Chase 2 and make it collectathon strongholds only, because there's a big difference between playing with your teammates and having to rely on your teammates. In Pillar Chase 1, you can just stick with your teammates because it's, like not like you have anything better to do. Pillar Chase 2, you got objectives, so sticking with someone is just a huge waste of time when you could just be getting monster chance. Honestly, when this game works, it can be kind of fun, but here's the million-dollar question. Is it better than Pillar Chase 2? No. I'm trying to find. There it is!
Did you win?
Yeah.